Today we're going to be talking about the main features about this machine. There has been a lot of questions in the industry, the PMU industry and scalping industry, and I wanted to bring down to this table a lot of the facts about this machine, what makes this machine different, and explain a little bit how to use this machine, what kind of power supply you should expect to use with this machine. Let's begin with the way the machine comes in a box. I have right now 2 cameras, so we're gonna go overhead right now. And this is basically the way the machine comes in this great box, and obviously the box illustrates what is inside of the box, which is the machine itself. Let's go overhead one more time. So the first thing that I want to mention is that this machine has an autoclavable piece. The autoclavable grip can actually be undone by unscrewing the grip. You can autoclave this piece by simply removing it. You can put in an autoclave up to 270 degrees Fahrenheit and you'll be able to sterilize this piece. This one you're going to be able to either autoclave it or spray with your cold sterilization solution like Metaside or Cavicide. This dial is the give knob, and this is what we are going to be using to adjust the heat of the machine. So remember, I mentioned before that this machine can hit completely hard or completely soft. If you can see around this knob, there is an H and an S, and the H stands for hard and the S stands for soft. So if we twist the dial towards the H, we're gonna be stiffening the heat of the machine. And if we move it towards the S, and as you can see, it's also ratchet action, we're gonna be softening the give. Therefore, every time the needle strike is going to have some recoil. And basically what we're doing right here with this knob is controlling the amount of recoil that we want to assign to the machine. So you have about 12 points of adjustment in this machine. I have to say that not every setting is going to apply to every single artist the same way, because every single artist has different technique, different speed, different hand pace, and so forth. So what I recommend is that you guys, start trying these parameters either on fake skin, or perhaps when you're working on a customer, make sure that you are lowering the volts in your power supply and trying these different settings to feel what works best for you. So the other feature that I want to show you guys right here, this little piece right here, you don't have to remove it, but I want to show you that you can remove it. This little piece right here is what is going to give you that clicky feel when you adjust the needle depth. So as I'm screwing, you guys can hear the little clicking, okay? And that is going to allow you to incrementally adjust the grip, therefore the needle depth, and locking the setting in place. So with this feature that this machine has, the ratcheting system, you're not gonna have a problem that the machine is gonna turn on you in the middle of the procedure. This machine, you're gonna have up to 2.5 millimeters of stroke. So this one that I have right here is a 1.8, and the one that comes in the machine is actually a 2.5 millimeter stroke. So I am going to remove the motor, and you guys can see that right here we have another cam attached to the motor. Why is the motor detachable? Number one, by removing the motor, you can actually have access to the cam, therefore exchange the cam. But the other good feature about the machine having a removable motor is that you can have a spare motor, or you can have a motor set up with a 1.8 millimeter outside the machine. And therefore you can simply unlock the motor and replace it for the other motor. What kind of power supply can I use? Can I use any other power supply out there? So when you buy the machine, for example, from our website, we have different packages. Package number 1 is the machine on its own. There is another package that comes with a cable. So if you're not familiar with this machine, or you have been tattooing with other machines that have any other type of connection other than an RCA, you are going to need this cable. So this is the end right here that goes in the power supply, okay? In this case, I have this power supply right here, this critical, and this is the other end, the RCA connection that actually goes in the back of the machine. You can get this cable also from our website. A lot of our distributors are also carrying the cable as well. And we actually made it so easy for you guys that we also have a package that includes the power supply, the machine, and the cable all together. So you have the options right there. Microview.com is our website. I'm gonna list the link right here in the description below. Ensure that this cable is actually all the way in and that no piece of the connector is showing. These power supplies, usually they have 2 connectors. One is actually for the foot switch, and the event of this power supply, it actually doesn't tell you which one is which one. It just has 2 holes, but I know that this is the one for the machine. So If by any chance you insert the connector here and nothing happens, that means that you have to switch it to the other one because probably you inserted in the connector for the foot switch. Let's talk about the voltage, the speed, and how to actually dial this machine for your type of work. Now, I know that some power supplies out there, they have the eyebrow, the eyeliner, the lip button, right? So this machine is basically not gonna strap you to any of those parameters because those parameters are actually parameters that are set by the manufacturer, but that is not going to apply the same for all of us. So there are artists that are faster and probably they're gonna tattoo as fast as they tattoo, for example, for a lip to do an eyebrow. And there are some artists that are gonna do the opposite when they tattoo a lip. They're gonna be super, super slow. And this is the reason why this machine actually gives you the flexibility to dial the machine to suit you specifically the way you want. So instead of having speed or eyebrow or lip, we're gonna have volts, okay? And the volts are gonna display the amount of power that you're applying to the machine. So with a couple of procedures, you're gonna be familiar what works for you and what doesn't work for you. So always start at low voltage, and a low volt for this machine is around 5 volts, you know, so you can start at 5 volts. I mean, it is really, really, really low, but you can start at 5 volt and start playing and going up, increasing the voltage until you find what works best for that procedure. So every time you come across different skin scenarios, make sure to understand that the parameters and the approach may have to change as well. Now let's talk a little bit about the give adjustment. Every time the needle moves forward, it's actually going to push pigment from inside the cartridge, inside the tip, expel it and introduce it into the skin. Every time the needle retracts, it's going to basically gain momentum once again and repeat the same action all over again. Now, we explained that moving the give knob towards the S is going to soften the give. And what I mean by that is, I mean that allowing the machine to back off more, allowing the needle to back off more upon hitting the skin. So if we have it at full softness, you may be able to spend more time on the skin without causing a lot of trauma. A lot of the times, achieving an effect entails multiple passes. And when we have multiple passes, we gotta be really careful because giving multiple passes on the same area, we can cause overworking the skin. So I'm here all the way at the hardest setting, okay? So I'm turning this way. Now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm actually right in the middle. Right in the middle is going to be not too soft, not too stiff. So you're going to have a little bit of slack every time you strike, the needle strikes the skin, and it's going to give you a window where basically everything works with no problem. Again, always remember that the very first time you use the device at very low voltage, you know, anywhere around the 5-6 volts, and then start increasing the voltage incrementally until you find what works best for you. What kind of cartridge can I use with this machine? So this machine has been designed to work with most tattooing cartridges. So right here I have a Xion cartridge. This is number 1. We have the full line of Xion cartridges on our website at microbute.com, all the rounds, okay? So if you like the single, the Type 3, the 5, the 7, even the Magnums, we have them all on the website. But you can use any cartridge from any maker that has a membrane. And again, it has to be compatible with this system right here. All right, so I think with this video I have covered most of the questions that I want to address for today. I am going to be posting more videos right here later on. I am going to be doing a video about bagging the machine. I am going to be making a video for cartridges. So stay tuned. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching this video. And again, you can get the Spektra Xion S throughout all of our suppliers worldwide. You can see a list of suppliers on our website and also, of course, on microbute.com. So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you guys again. Take care.